Once again, welcome to Freedom English channel. My name is Aditya and I'm your host. And as always, once again, we're going to talk about what's new, what's hot, what's current and what's trending in the financial market. And let's get started with today's video, which is of course about a very important IPO. Quality Power Electrical Equipments Limited IPO. Now we are going to give you a comprehensive analysis and overview about whether you should invest in this or whether you should just give it a miss. But of course, the eventual decision is entirely yours. So to get started with, Quality Power Electrical Equipments Limited, a prominent player in the high voltage electrical equipment market, is all set to launch its initial public offering on the 14th of February 25. This IPO has garnered a significant amount of attention from investors, particularly those that are interested in the energy and infrastructure sector. In this video, we will provide a comprehensive analysis of Quality Power's business model, financial performance, competitive landscape, and key considerations for potential investors. So now let's go ahead in this video with the most important point, which of course is a company overview. So let's talk a little more about Quality Power Electrical Equipments Limited. Founded in 2001, Quality Power Electrical Equipments Limited specializes in providing high voltage electrical equipments and solutions for grid connectivity and energy transitions. The company offers products and services across power generation, transmission, distribution, and automation sectors, including renewable energy applications. Notably, Quality Power is amongst the few companies providing critical high voltage equipment for high voltage current, that's HVDC, and flexible AC transmission systems to global giants. The company operates manufacturing facilities in Sangli, Maharashtra and Aluva, Kerala. As of March 31, 2024, Quality Power employed 163 full-time employees and 372 contract-based employees. Now let's talk a little about the product portfolio. Quality Power's product range includes transformers, reactors, instrument transformers, surge arresters, isolators, and capacitor voltage transformers. These products cater to various applications in power generation, transmission, and distribution, serving a diverse clientele, including Fortune 500 companies and large conglomerates. Now let's come to the IPO details, which of course is very important. So what's the key information that you should be looking out for? Most importantly, issue size. The IPO comprises a fresh issue of 225 crore rupees and an offer for sale up to 1,49,10,500 equity shares with a face value of 10 rupees each. What's the price band? The price band is 401 rupees to 425 rupees per share. What about face value? The face value is 10 rupees per equity share. Now let's talk about the IPO dates. The IPO opens on the 14th of February 2025 and closes on the 18th of February 2025. What about the listing? Shares will be listed on Bombay Stock Exchange and on National Stock Exchange. The expected listing date is the 21st of February 2025. Now let's come to the purpose of the IPO. The net proceeds from the fresh issue will be used for 1. Funding work capital requirements, and 2. General corporate purposes. The offer allows the existing shareholders to partially or fully divest their holdings. Now let's talk about the financial performance. Quality Power has demonstrated consistent financial growth over the past few years. Here is a table to understand all the dynamics. Now let's talk about the key highlights, which include revenue growth, a compound annual growth rate of approximately 25.5% from financial year 2021 to 22 to financial year 2023 to 24. What about the profitability? There are improved net profit margins indicating enhanced operation efficiency. Now let's have a look at the competitive analysis. Quality Power operates in a very competitive market with peers such as Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, ABB India Limited, and Siemens India. Here is a comparative overview. Now let's do a quick SWOT analysis. What are the strengths? They do have a specialized product portfolio. They focus only on high voltage equipment for HVDC and FACTS applications. They also have an established clientele that includes serving Fortune 500 companies and large conglomerates. They also have strategic manufacturing locations, which includes facilities in key industrial regions of India. Now that we've spoken about the strengths, it's also equally important to know the weaknesses. Now they have a very limited market share compared to larger competitors in the electrical equipment market. They have a high dependence on key clients, which also means there is a potential revenue concentration risk. Now let's come to the opportunities. There is of course infrastructure development. there's a growing demand for advanced electrical equipment in the markets. Now let's talk about renewable energy integration. There is also an increased need for grid connectivity solutions. Now let's come to the threats. There is intense competition from established domestic and international players in the market. Now let's talk about regulatory challenges. There has to be a compliance with evolving industry standards. Now let's come to GMP, which means of course grey market premium. As of February 10th, 2025, the grey market premium for Quality Power Electrical Equipment's IPO stands at approximately 65 rupees per share, indicating moderate investor interest and potential listing gains. Let's talk about investment considerations. Why should you invest in this IPO? Is it going to be worth your money and your while? Let's find out. Now, the company has strong financial performance with consistent revenue growth. They have specialized product offerings catering to high demand markets. They have an increasing focus on renewable energy and power infrastructure projects. Now let's talk about risks to consider. There is a competitive industry landscape with dominant players. There is dependency for revenue on a few large clients. The fluctuations in raw material cost impact profitability. So now that we've gone through the pros and cons, do's and don'ts, ups and downs, let's come down to our final thoughts about this overview video. Quality Power Electrical Equipments Limited IPO presents an opportunity for investors to gain exposure to India's growing power infrastructure sector. While the company has shown strong financial growth and holds a niche position in high voltage electrical equipments market, investors should carefully consider the competitive risks and market dynamics before making an investment decision. So at the end of this video, all we can say, or rather ask, is, are you planning to invest in this IPO? Let us know in the comments on what you think, whether it's a good idea or not such a good idea. Once again, until the next video, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Aditya and I'm your host, signing off.